Very good, girl. Very good.
So you're now no longer are you necessarily keeping those private files in some file cabinet that's locked in the basement of the house. It's on your laptop, and it's then therefore up here in this cloud that exists above us, right? It's no longer in a physical place.
Wait a minute.
So the United States shares a very important relationship, which is an alliance with the Republic of North Korea. And it is an alliance that is strong and enduring.
We're going to have 2 million people cross this border for the first time ever. You're confident this border's secure?
We have a secure border in that is a priority for any nation, including ours and our administration.
Very tense situation as they were encircled by hundreds of migrants. The stampede happened in a matter of seconds, and we're told.
Do you have any plans to visit the border?
I'm here in Guatemala today. At some point, we are going to the border. We've been to the border. So this whole thing about the border, we've been to the border. We've been to the border.
You haven't been to the border.
And I haven't been to Europe. And I don't understand the point that you're making.
Space is exciting. It spurs our imaginations, and it forces us to ask big questions. Space, it affects us all, and it connects us all.
One of the things I'm most excited about.
But the other, you guys are gonna see. You're gonna literally see the craters on the moon with your own eyes.
Oh my goodness.
With your own eyes, I'm telling you, it is gonna be unbelievable. So that's one of the things we can do here too.
Did Democrats? Okay, I've got a lot more subscribers than I expected to get. And if you're watching this video, I'd really appreciate it if you'd watch some of my others. I don't know why, but I got like over 15,000 views on one video, and others I only get 7. So if you guys could like and subscribe and go watch my other videos, I'd really appreciate it, because I'd like to get a lot of viewers over the next 2 months. There's a lot of information that's going to be out there, a lot of stuff I'd like to present and show some insights that I really don't see anywhere else. I'm going to, after this video, I'm going to make one that's more in depth about what Kamala has actually said. Because when you break it down, it's incredible how dumb she is. And this video is going to be long enough as is, so I'm going to make a follow-up video for anybody who wants to get into the real details of, rather than just skimming over like I am in this video of, her really stupid moments, which are many. You could make hours of tape on it. Thank you.
Did Democrats fail, past Democratic presidents, congressional leaders, to not codify Roe v. Wade over the past 5 decades?
I think that, to be very honest with you, I do believe that we should have rightly believed, but we certainly believe that certain issues are just settled. Certain issues are just settled.
Clearly we're not.
Which is why we will work together and continue to work together to address these issues, to tackle these challenges, and to work together as we continue to work together on. And I know we will work on this together. Talking about the significance of the passage of time, right? The significance of the passage of time. So when you think about it, there is great significance to the passage of time in terms of what we need to do to lay these wires, what we need to do to create these jobs. And there is such great significance to the passage of time when we think about a day in the life of our children. You know, when we talk about our children, I know for this group, we all believe that when we talk about the children of the community, They are children of the community. We campaign with the plan. Uppercase T, uppercase P, the plan. And then the environment is such that we're expected to defend the plan.
Fact check bottom line, Abby, is that she did not actually make clear at a 2020 debate that she had changed her previous support for a fracking ban. Here's what she said at a CNN climate town hall in 2019.
Will you commit to implementing a federal ban on fracking your first day in office, adding the United States to the list of countries who have banned this devastating practice?
There's no question I'm in favor of banning fracking. So, yes.
So listen to what she actually said in that 2020 debate.
Joe Biden will not end fracking. He has been very clear about that. I will repeat, and the American people know, that Joe Biden will not ban fracking.
I certainly did not hear anywhere in there Kamala Harris saying that she personally had abandoned her previously expressed 2019 view.
There's no question I'm in favor of banning fracking. So, yes, and starting with what we can do on day one around public lands, right? And then there has to be legislation. But yes, and this is something I've taken on in California. I have a history of working on this issue. And to your point, we have to just acknowledge that the residual impact of fracking is enormous in terms of the impact on the health and safety of communities. Yeah, so thank you.
So would you ban offshore drilling?
Yes, and I've, again, worked on that.
Don't worry about what's going on with the polls. The polls are inaccurate right now. There's a honeymoon period. She hasn't been vetted. As she gets vetted and ads come out and people find out who she is, then the polls are going to become more accurate. There's a lot of people right now just, oh, look, a black woman, I'll vote for her, till they find out how stupid she is and all of the stuff that she's done and the hypocrite that she is. So, okay, there were two other times in U.S. presidential history where there was an incumbent who bowed out to not run for re-election, and his VP took over, and both times they lost. Adlai Stevenson was one, and he lost in a landslide. Hubert Humphrey was the other, and he lost to Nixon. I don't know by how much, but he lost to him. So I don't think the VP pick is a very good one, at least historically it hasn't proven to be. And I think a lot of people are going to be angry because a lot of Democrats, because they didn't even get to vote on who they wanted to run. I mean, there's tons of them who would prefer to see Kennedy in there or somebody else, maybe even Bernie, but they didn't get to vote. So we'll see what happens. So one of the reasons why that's important is because when the incumbent president, was running for re-election, was extremely unpopular, so therefore bowed out of the election, and the vice president took over to run for re-election, the vice president was just considered basically an extension of the president. And so if the president was very unpopular, the vice president was also very unpopular. In fact, Kamala was even less popular than Biden was. But people, right now, they're hoping, a lot of people are hoping that she will be the answer. But as she gets exposed, they're going to realize she's not, because she has no answers. If you watch that Lester Holt interview, when she was actually put in a position where she had to think, she started off with, well, I'm here in Guatemala. And then she realized, you watch it in her face, and she suddenly realized that that wasn't the direction to go. She had nothing to follow that up with as to why that's a good reason that she didn't go to the border. And then suddenly she's all like, well, we did go to the border. And she got very defensive. We did go to the border. We did go to the border. We've been to the border. And then when Lester Holt said, but you haven't been to the border, again, she got flustered and didn't know what to say and said one of the stupidest things you possibly can. I haven't been to Europe either. Well, I didn't know she was the czar for Europe. So, and then actually she said something even stupider after that. I don't understand your point. I don't understand your point. If you don't understand that, I can't see you in a meeting with Putin when he says, you know, if you continue to support Ukraine, we do have nukes and we can fire them on Ukraine. And she would look off into the cloud. I don't understand what you're saying. Are you going to be burdened by the past or unburdened by the past so we can have a different future? All right. Thanks for watching. I would appreciate it if you would hit the like button and watch some of my other videos and subscribe. If everybody who subscribed watched my other videos, they would like quadruple and even more. I'm going to make another video starting right now, and it's going to be a more in-depth video for anybody who might be on the fence and is not sure who Kamala is. We all know who Trump is and his policies. And if you're thinking about not voting for him because you don't like his personality, but you like his policies, but you just don't like his personality, well, let's find out who Kamala really is. And so if you want to know, watch my next video. And like I said, I'd appreciate it if you'd view some of my other ones. Thank you.